Forgot my iPhone today, or forgot my GoPro, so it's all iPhone shots. I'm getting ready to get these chemicals out of here over by the spray trailer. I'm gonna be running Garrett's spray because it's his week to go on vacation. And Eli is going to be running the Hagie, which he's out there getting going. Loading up, putting full scale in, out of the tote, 10 gallons. That's some nutrients and stuff. We're trying on some acres. It's done. Flushing through. Now it's time for the Lucinto. Full jug, plus 80 ounces. Put it in the mixing badge. He's loaded, getting ready to start. I'm getting ready to fill up this fancy one. But switching, he had bean fungicide 2, I got bean fungicide 1 because I'm putting in Hagie drops to the full scale on this farm I'm going to. That's how much each one's going in, the mixing order and everything. How much, 3 ounces an acre, going in first, 1.9 gallons. I have to do all that manual in here, but as soon as you're done with it, you send it and it goes. Let's go to our run screen. This thing's fancy. Just hit start. We're gonna put 360 gallons of water in before any chemical goes in. Starts up and sends it. All the chemicals are in. Pretty neat thing about this, part of the clean out rinse process of your mixer, turn all these things on with the lid on. Get through there, let it wash out a little while. That cleans it out pretty good. We'll do more, we'll spray it down and everything, but this is a good first step. Just send it. Get her rinsed out. Got 767 gallons in there so far. All right, all full. Now it's gonna purge the system with air, get all the water out. Super fancy. They'll do it there for 20 some seconds. Got a light on, we know it's over. When the light goes off, then we shut the valves. Currently sitting at the field, the 15% chance that the Weather Channel had. It looks like it might be more than that. Looks like there's some rain coming from that way, coming from the southeast. We'll just stick around here and see first before we head back in. Got filled up, that's about it. A little different view from the other sprayer, the Hagie. We just now got rolling. It is 11:13. Didn't rain much, just sprinkle a little bit, then let it dry off, let it look like rain move out. So hopefully we can get going. I'm gonna get sprayed on this side of that irrigation, get that thing moving this way. See where he got empty right there. I'll go over there, pull up his tracks, turn the section control off just a little bit in case it was spitting and sputtering at the end, and then hop over to that side. Now I'm not going fast enough. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Well, it broke down. This solenoid right here, which I've got to lift that up to get that out of there, is broke. It didn't go down that cradle correctly when it folded last time. So anyways, broke side off, so parts are in.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, I guess, and we're trying to get a variable frequency drive put on the pit auger that's down there, and it's going in here to replace this magnetic starter that runs the pit screw. There's also a timer to kick it off when we're picking. You know, you dump a load, you go back to the field, you're gone a while. There's no use that running, so this times that and kicks it off. So we get the variable drive on there. We won't have to use the slides down in the pit to control the load anymore. We can control it with the speed of the auger. That's what I'm working on today. I'm trying to figure it all out, and we'll get it eventually. I've never put in one of these, so this will be a first for me. And there's a couple of wires in here to deal with. We'll get that done. That's where we're at today. There's a control panel for our dump. here at home. This is the home place. Instead of walking back and forth, I brought my golf cart over because I'm lazy. Step one. The VFD is mounted. I'll mount the rheostat, but I'm not going to attempt to program that. I've never done that. I think wouldn't have been any problem, except we're probably going to do away with this timer, because I believe there's a built-in timer in this VFD, and I'm going to get somebody here that knows what they're doing rather than burn that thing up. I have never done that, and I'm not brave enough to try it. So we'll get an expert here, let him work on it. Alright, now we got to mount the potentiometer to change the speed. Figure out a good place to put that. Got a lot of area here, but this don't take up much room either. But we do have to be able to get the lid shut. Yeah, we can just put it here, I think. Gosh, we're getting the panel filled up. Trash fan, we'll put it right below that. Whoops, come loose on me there. These step bits are really handy. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think we're good. You see me light up, you know I hit a wire. We'll be getting close. Oh, about one more. There we go. All right, that's the first step of it. Comes in several pieces. Snaps right on. It's a pretty nice outfit. This end is a wedge kind of deal. Shouldn't be much to that. Okay, this goes over. So, I guess we need to know where that's at. There's 0. So we put our pointer at 0. And we'll tighten this up. As coordinated as I am, that may be a problem, but I wouldn't think so. Still on 0, tighten her down a little bit. Put our dot, line it up with the, there we go, mounted. So that should control the speed of that auger, as I said earlier. That'll be a big help, I think. That'll do a lot of stuff, we just have to get it figured out.
Well, I'm hopping this sprayer, Eli's in that one. Gotta do a little maintenance. It rained yesterday. Only rained 6/10 here. This is a dry spot. Some places got 2 inches, flooding in Lawrence like crazy. But I went to get that solenoid yesterday, and the one they had didn't end up being the right one. So got the right one in today. I was able to get it unfolded in maintenance mode and get a field finish before the rain came. So I'm gonna get the right one on now, because it's not real handy unfolding like that. He had an oil leak, you put some oil in, make sure there's a boom leaking just a little, not much, a cylinder on the boom. He's gonna get out, unfold, make sure he don't have another one that he don't know about. But we'll get this thing unfolded, solenoid on, make sure it works. Unfolding, got my GoPro today. Just harder to get stuff done with a phone. If you had some fancy holder, it probably works. This one's operating as it should. The solenoid right where that thing's bending. That's what was bad on this one. This one's working good so far, but it will not here in a minute. That folds all the way over. then that outside one flips over. This one gets there and it won't do it, so that shuts the whole thing from stopping. So I'm gonna unfold this one the whole way. Not sure this is 100% correct. I'm just operating this while Garrett's on vacation. Get him all the way. Now I gotta go into my screen here and procedures, boom maintenance mode. In procedure, then I go into the right spots. Just do them one at a time. Get that thing folding around like that solenoid tells us it's supposed to. And I go back to the outer boom. And do it. And that'll get her unfolded, but not very handy. Old one off. I took the top part off to make sure it was the right one, and it wasn't, so I'm glad it did. Screwed this one in there. It's got this telling it when to let oil go in and where it's at and all that stuff, I believe. So, simple fix. Just gotta have the part. Plug her in, we'll be good to go. Well, it seems to be working fine right now. I'm gonna make sure it goes down that cradle good though, that's for sure. I think that's what happened, it missed it. There it goes, there's another plug that came unhooked when it happened too, evidently. Yeah, it's supposed to fit right down that crate, just right. A lot of moving parts on this thing. It's like most things, I guess. Yep, she's in there. That one's in good. All right, she's fixed. Good deal. Next sprayer had a little oil leak here on the main boom cylinder. Cap just came loose. I can tighten her up. Hopefully it's fixed. Still got a leak. Yeah, the O-ring was pinched. I think. I believe. I'm pretty confident that it stopped. Don't want to really rebuild the cylinder. We're going to be getting a new Hagie with the 1600 gallon one. Which, Blake, I know we talked about how the frame cracks. But I guess they redesigned it since that year that you had. So we're going to try it. But we got to get through this one this year. It is leased and we paid for another 24 hours. So kind of would like to use them.
Moved away from installing the VFD. Moved something that would be a little better. Welding this perforated metal up to go up on top of that silage wagon.
All right, we're up and rolling. I found 2 fields where it didn't hardly rain on, so I'm gonna do those. Get those done, then see doing more just quick for the day. But Eli's not able to go. There's a pin in the boom that's broke off halfway in there. Thought they had it, but not gonna have it tomorrow. Then he'll get back going then. Should get done tomorrow with this. Some of this might have to wait till tomorrow before we spray. It might be too wet. We'll just see how it gets as I start working that way. It rain more that way. What we're doing here, we're putting on Lucento fungicide. Help it get fungal diseases. Put on some Hero to kill bugs, keep them from eating pods and leaves and all that stuff. And also putting on some full scale from Helena. It's got a bunch of micronutrients. I think it's a 303, plus it's got some molybdenum, maybe zinc and boron, I don't know. I looked at the label, but I forgot. But yeah. Putting this on where we're doing our whole full thing from Helena through FS. Or we put on the talc graphite with some micros on it. And I also put something on with Post with it, which I'd have to look up, see what it is. Yeah, not very good operator. And then this fungicide. So we'll see if that stuff makes any difference or not. So, at least feel like you're doing something.
Well, we've been fixing the silage wagon up, getting ready to use it for our dust collector. Of course, silage wagon had a big hole in the front. Got 2 pieces of this metal, welded it together. Got it welded up here at an angle, setting the hole off. Then we bent the corners around much as we could, the welding to the top up there. Now we're filling the gap that's left with rubber. He's riveted to it, seems to be working good. You can see this corner here. We don't have the rubber around it yet to seal up our hole.
It's looking a lot better than it did though. On this side over here, we got a piece of rubber belting just wrapped around it. We got to do that at the back on a big crack. And then put us a ladder up the side yet to get up there. So we got to make some way to be able to see in it, see how much is in it. And then I wanted to show you this. This is Milwaukee scissors, okay? I mean, they don't cut it great, but cut this rubber belting. It's just not extremely thick, but it's fairly thick. And these Milwaukee scissors that I will show you here, demonstrate, will cut it. Which I wouldn't have thought a pair of scissors with a cut rubber belting, but brother got these out of the toolbox and they cut not right through it, but they cut rubber belting. How about that? That's pretty good. That's a good pair of scissors. I'll tell you, not everybody's got one of these, but we've showed it before, this little lift. We got it to actually get up in our loft where we keep a lot of parts and things over there. But boy, this is a handy tool to have around the shop to work on things. Like getting up on this, and welding, and whoa, put her in low gear, it helps. There. You just lift yourself up. Go up and enjoy the view. You can work up here so much easier than off a ladder. Kind of a must-have thing anymore, I think, for a shop. Let's see, we'll just put this here. Pop over right here like Morse did the other side. Bend her around. Have her on there. Plug up the hole. I don't know, we may have should did this front different, but we didn't. That's a good place for crap to set down in there. We'll wash her out the year's over. Or we may just, we'll probably just wash it out. So about taking that angle off, but weaken this side a lot, which is probably fine. Yeah, now I got a big crack here in the back. I'm gonna seal it up a little bit. I'm gonna put just a thinner black mat yet. Rubber stuff. I'm gonna just bolt it here and let it hang down on the inside. I'll take care of that. Make it 6 inches or something. And I gotta get her turned down, of course, or I could bolt it. Might just bolt her right there on the inside. So that'd probably be the best. Well, we about got the wagon. We got the front done, like I showed you before. We plugged up these two holes up here with bones, barrel bones. Back here, we put a piece of tarp hanging down a little bit on the inside with a big crack across here. So we got that done. Now all we gotta do is get the ladder on it, some kind, and a piece of hose to go in it.
I guess I didn't update you yesterday, but I did get wet. Last fill was on, but most of it was fine. Went and drove where I'm going today, and it looked pretty good. So I can get through it. I think we get done fungicide day. Jared and Eli's over there trying to get a pin in. And the pin was broke. They got a hard time. Well, I'm doing a 67-acre field. These is actually the bean cutter probably gonna like this, but it's half 4.0s and half 4.5s. So we're kind of saving this for later because the 4.5s will get mature later. Save this towards the end. It's a ways away from all the other fields. This one's kind of out on its own. So there's an irrigation that goes in the middle. I'm down to just one pass left. I gotta do it down and back, and it's moving out of the way, but I'm gonna have to wait for it for a little bit. They don't move real fast. That's as fast as it goes. But when they're small like this, they move pretty quick as far as these kind of things go. It rained a lot more here. Climate said 1.5 inches. I don't know if it rained that much or not, but it definitely rained more. The wet hole there, we just put a couple riser pipes in a couple falls ago. You might remember that, might not. Sure made it better, but still a little wet, but they will get through it. That's the important thing. Getting closer. It's at least about out of my tracks. Now I gotta get out of the way of that boom and wait for it to get out of the way of the next pass. Got out of the way that time. I'm just waiting for this last one. I just gotta get right there. Gotta get it out of the way of my boom here. We'll be done with this. Out of the way. And we're just about finished. So let's get to in here. And we'll go to another field. Got 5 acres left that I got empty, so I'm about to do an itty bitty load. And I'll be done with fungicide. There's a 200 acre field left to do that Eli's working on now. And yeah, he's gonna do that one. He's in the Hagie. He's up here filling up. Matter of fact, right, do full load still. Maybe might have one more partial after this. Got my little load of fungicide sprayed out. I have to start the truck because we need air back here, because after it's all done, it pushes air through to get it all empty. I'm gonna fill up with just water now, because I'm gonna go to one field where we have a irridrain. It either drains or irrigates through the field tile in the ground every 15 feet. Anyways, get weed around those towers. I'm gonna spray the little list and round up on that just to kill those weeds so we can get to them better later. I'm just putting water in the tank because this one has direct inject. Two of those tanks have Enlist in it and 2 of them have Roundup. So turn that. I've been doing that with this because you can turn it on and off as you go. Yeah, if I see a weed spot, I kick it on or kick it off. But usually it's where the beans are thin. Everywhere else is good. So do that now. Go spray that. Then I'll be into spraying for this year maybe. Done with that. All cleaned up. Box is burnt, in case you're wondering. That is legal here. I know some places it ain't, but it is here. So, on to tomorrow. Me and Eli over in Indiana got the drone up for the last voyage of the Hagie. We took all of our tools and everything out of it. Eli's backing out. He's gonna take it to John Deere where it's going to be getting traded in for a year-old used one. Have exact supply and everything on it. More on that when we get it. But get the last voyage with it with the drone. Well, farewell to the Hagie. It's the first one I ever drove. I think they had one back in the day before my time. First one I ever corn fungicide on with. That's a good piece of machine. I'll miss it, but I'm looking forward to the new one because it's just like the rest of them. They get newer, they get better. So he's gonna take it up John Deere. I'm gonna go get him. I guess we'll head back across the river and do something. David's over here. We might put on 1 or 2 irrigations. Just where it didn't rain quite as much. Well, this is a new one here. They got it. They're going to be putting exact apply nozzles on us like it's on the Deere. They'll shut off one at a time. Also pulsate. So that'll be better. They got to do that yet, so we can't get it. Got a big old tank though, 1,600 gallons. The 2 ladders don't have the huge platform the other one had. So that's probably the only downfall. Back boom, look at that. That's way healthier than that little rinky-dink thing we had. like they got the battery charger on, but yeah, just come up, you can just go there. Looks like your fuel's up there. Radiator's all different. Looks like it comes out the back instead of the front. STS 16 this is. Ours was an STS 12. Say anything wrong, don't hold against me. I don't know much about sprayers. I'm not a sprayer man. I just like fungicide. This is where you get up right in the side here. Looks like that's where your fill is as well. And the cab is a deer cab. This will be better. Huh, yeah, 3 screens. 2 Gen 4 screens. I guess it's just like the Hagie screen here. I'll be darned. All right, well, that's a brief little run through. Oh, got nice little cubby holes here. Yeah, this would be nice. Does have a front shield and a front fill as well as the back like the old one. Got them on little springs here. That'll be nicer. We usually have to put it on with beans. We'll probably just leave it on all the time, or we could take it off if we want for easier front filling. Yeah. All right. Very good. Decided to use it. Kicking this bean irrigation on, the one I was able to spray that didn't rain much. That Hagie is a 23 and only has 150 hours on it. That's what it is. I had salesman, so thought I'd let you know.
Trying to get this whole wagon going to hold the fines. I'm sure we've told you a little about that. We got the front end done, or at least we think it's done good enough. Got the metal there in front with holes in it. Took some old leg belting, covered up the corners. It ain't perfect, but it ought to work. Eli and I is working on this ladder so we can get up there and put our discharge pipe in the hole. It'll have a flexible piece on the end of it, so we can climb up there and do that. And these young guys will be able to do it. I don't know, I may be too heavy for that ladder, but that ought to work, we think. And at least we're getting close, getting closer. Still got to cut the hole in the roof. That'll be a 16-inch hole for an 11-inch downspout, so surely we can hit that. But you know, when you're backing into a spot like that, not as easy as you think it should have been. But we'll get it, we'll figure it out. Good, another day. Eli cut the hole in the top of the wagon. He's a little bit noisy up there. This is gonna catch our fines, as I've told you. We've got to have a really noisy. Cars are. Look inside. He's about to get it. Yay! Now it leaks. Trim it up a little bit, that'll be better. We're going to drop an 11-inch, about like a lay flat hose for irrigation. We're going to drop that down through the hole off of that cyclone way out there. I hope this works. Catch some of that dust that was all over last year. And this dryer's supposed to make more mess, so we need to catch it.
Mow a little underbrush around my house. I like to do this at least once a year, keep it down. This is places where I can't get the mowing tractor in, so this thing is great for this. Not a very good spot to hold the camera. I'm surprised that hadn't fell off yet. I'll get this done a little bit today. We're done tomorrow, but somebody else is needing it, so I'm doing it today. Jared and Kayla are still hauling sand. Vince was messing with irrigations last I seen. Of course, Eli is getting the Silage Wagon finished up for catching all the trash out of the dryer and bins and all that stuff for this fall, so it'll be ready to go. And I should probably tell you that Jay quit last week. He is, yeah, I know I'm not happy about it. He's going to go be an electrician, I think, for solar company. Putting in solar panels all over the place. Yep, that's what's going on. Got done with that job. Getting ready to head out for the week. Gonna go watch a junior high girls softball game. Sienna broke her arm back in May, just got released yesterday. So she had her first practice yesterday, and now she's gonna play tonight. So see how that goes. So see you next week.